This is Conspiracies Unpacked. My name is Danny Clayton, and what's the weather doing outside? Is this something that is completely out of humans' control, or are the world's elite controlling the weather? That is the question we are asking today. Dr. Richard Hames, are you one of the world's elite, and can we trust you?
Oh, I don't think I'm one of the elite at all. I'm just a normal person trying to get by. Can you trust me? Well, I won't tell you a lie.
I think I can trust you. Now, for the most part, humans believe that the weather is out of our control. Air pressure, water vapor, the distance from the sun, all of these things combining together to create something that is completely out of our control. But the conspiracy theorists believe that actually the world's elite are controlling the weather and weaponizing it and using it in their benefit. Where do you think a conspiracy theory like this would come from?
Well, the weather is changing. The world is getting hotter, and we know why that is. There's more carbon dioxide in the air, and humans are the cause of that. And we've been doing that for the past, well, since the Industrial Revolution, I guess. So we are changing the climate. We're not controlling it, we are changing it. And that is causing the fluctuations we're having in weather. Have to remember that weather systems are hugely chaotic systems. And chaos means that you can, if you were able to change a few of the initial conditions of, say, a hurricane, then you could alter perhaps its severity or direction, but you've got no control over it. You can initiate a change, but you couldn't control it.
Where do you think the conspiracy that humans could control the weather even came from? Where's the origin of this conspiracy?
I really am not at all sure. I mean, it's a thing that, if we could do it, could be beneficial, especially to agricultural communities, for example.
So in what other ways do you think controlling the weather would be useful to humanity?
Well, you see, I don't think violence and aggression is useful at all, but those people who are more militaristic might think that using the weather as a weapon could be very useful.
Now, Richard, I've heard you reference this term before, and it's also a term that Jeff Goldblum introduced me to in Jurassic Park. Chaos theory. How does that apply to weather?
Yes, Jeff Goldblum, that character, says nature will find a way. Interesting. Chaos theory is greater chaos than complexity, where you can see a pattern. In chaos theory, you can't see patterns, or you can't predict patterns. It's totally unpredictable, and therefore you can't control things. The classic story, or the classic example, is when a butterfly flaps its wings over the Amazon jungle in Brazil and creates a storm halfway around the world because of that, everything being interconnected. But that's chaos theory.
Should we therefore kill all butterflies?
and every other flying insect.
Now, I did want to talk to you about one of the other prominent theories when it comes to manipulating the weather, and that was the Alaskan experimental HAARP base. Yes. Now, I might have the acronym incorrect here, but I believe it was the High Frequency Aurora something or other research experiment. What is it about that particular facility which seems to raise so much mistrust?
I'm not sure. I suppose any experiments done where people don't understand the science raises suspicions and raises doubts about what's actually going on. But it's quite an open facility. And the experiments are very, very legitimate in terms of global positioning, trying to improve the accuracy of the devices we use in our cars or phones, for example. And they've been fairly successful, but there's no secret about that facility at all.
Okay, so summing everything up, is it plausible that humans or the world's elite have the control, have the power to manipulate the weather?
I don't think it's plausible at all to control the weather. But we are manipulating the weather because of climate change, and the fact that the elite aren't moving fast enough in terms of action to decrease emissions, for example, is a problem.
Okay, this is Conspiracies Unpacked. Is climate change real? Yes. Is it plausible that humans have control over the weather? Apparently not. Not plausible.